Well, hello, welcome to Bajerski YouTube channel. I've just made myself a fresh organic coffee from the Happiness Laboratory in the village. Fresh ground, organic and amazing coffee. I've also bought a piece of chocolate, which is not like me, but I just thought I'm gonna have a piece of chocolate. It's got goji berries and lots of other berries. So yummy. Have some. Oh my god. Wrong hole. That was too exciting. That was too much for an old man. Wow. I'm getting old. I really am. I'm that old that my back goes out more than me. Oh, that was so nice. That wasn't dairy milk. It was mixed with zero sugar and mixed with what did they say? Rice. Oh my god, rice milk. Beautiful. Right, did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy watching me eat? Good. This is going to be a great video, so it was worth it. If you're still watching. Excuse me. Okay then, beautiful people, let's do this. This is a video about crystals. Why is that? Because I want to. Windows are open, the sun is shining, the weather is sweet. I think I'm ready to... No, I've just had a sweet. All good. Okay, here we go. We're going to talk about 11 crystals today. Can you imagine? So it's like a little workshop. Okay. Some of them you've already heard of. Others, not so much. I'm on 20% battery life. This is a weird video, right? Okay, let me go and just get the charger. I'll be 2 seconds. Okay, let me plug you in. Oh, that's better. You're charging. Okay, so this isn't even going on Mark Bajerski YouTube channel, it's going on the Crystals channel. Hey, he's a bit confusing today. He is a little bit. What's going on? The shift of the alignment of the stars are messing all of us guys up. It's meant to. And for the rest, hopefully, it is awakening them. Okay, so this is going to be real fun. Come a bit closer. Hello, hello. Okay, we're going to talk about 10 or 11 crystals, and there's a surprise at the end of it, so it's a bit of fun as well. So, the first crystal I'm going to talk about is one of my most favourite crystals, and that is Cavensite. Cavensite is from Pune, India, and it's one of the most beautiful crystals which help and has helped my clients and myself over the years bring back some kind of peace in their life after always feeling that they are angry, frustrated. Sorry, the noise there is the I'll just shut that. There you go. So, this crystal brings inner peace. It brings you back to a place where you're not upset, you're not angry, you're not looking at life and feeling like you want to live in that energy of hate. Many things have happened to us in our life that we can look back and blame our being, who we are, and how we feel because of what maybe our mother or father did or didn't do, or being beat up or bullied, or even really bad things like abuse in many different ways, physical, emotionally, and on all of those things that just happen to us where we hold on to that anger. This crystal releases that. I don't actually know why, but the blue inside, when you just touch it or you have it against your skin, the blue section seems to bring a kind of freedom. And whenever I see blue, I just want to spread my wings and fly because I'm in the sky, or I want to just float in the sea. It kind of just brings a tranquility into me, and it's a sense of release. So I surrender myself to life. So it's an acceptance almost. So whenever I used to put a piece of Cavensite around my client's neck, or let them hold a piece as I was doing the healing work for 1 hour, I could see a release. And Cavensite has this amazing energy to release blocks and all of those frustrations and all of those moments where we feel anger, or we feel like we can't move forward because of a certain circumstance that has been burnt into our psychic and our spiritual daily life. I first held a piece of Cavensite and I felt the release of certain things that happened to me as a child. They brought up memories, but the memories seemed to be with an acceptance, and I didn't know what the answer. This is where it becomes a bit complicated. I didn't know what the answer was, but I felt like I could let it go. And I think that's the beauty about Cavensite. That's why I love it so much. It is getting very rare as a crystal, because there's only one place you can dig in India, Pune, and eventually the Cavensite will run out. As they dig, they'll find that in the cave there is no more left, and there might be veins here and there, but I think eventually it will run out. I think it's a good crystal to buy yourself a piece now, because soon, I think, like many crystals, they will only be able to be bought via people who have already bought them previous in many years, and the same with many other crystals. So Cavensite is, in my humble opinion, the crystal of forgiveness. So this is the crystal here. So I'll show you one more time. There you go. The mother stone. This is the mother stone, and the blue is the Cavensite. Okay, there you go. So we'll move on to this crystal, which is, again, the most powerful crystal for absorbing negative energy and emotion. So if you're filled with all of those things that have happened to you, they sometimes can sit in certain parts of the body, predominantly in the stomach. The stomach, many scientists and many healers and many shamans are starting to understand more and more that the stomach is everything. It's the center point. We all used to think it was the mind or the heart, but really the stomach is really the center point of everything. You keep your gut clean and everything else stays clean. So it's really vital that we look after the stomach. On a physical level, that is definitely 100% true, but many people miss the aspect of the spiritual, the negative energy. A lot of people have bad stomachs, not because they're eating wrong, but more so because they're holding on to grief in the, not grief as somebody moving into the spirit world, but grief as all the stress, all the worry, all the attacks, all the heavy emotions, all the pointing fingers, all the judgments, all the nasty, nasty things that can happen to us by people who are in a bad place, who like to take it out on people like us. So we hold it in the stomach. This crystal, Tektite, is the only crystal that I've come across thus far that I have seen energy of negativity. So energy which may seem off, the vibration is vibrating at a completely different vibration than your aura, your life force, your chi. You can see when you start working for 16 years, you can see energy around people, and it does vibrate differently depending on whatever your circumstance. So when you watch this energy, it absorbs into the Tektite. It's the most amazing crystal in the world for absorbing negative energy. What does it do with that energy? Where does it go? I haven't a bloody clue. When I watch it absorbing, it stays, but the crystal still feels wonderful. So you're not holding a crystal filled with negativity. It almost like goes in and dispels it. A lot of the people in this world have no idea how powerful this crystal is. A lot of people don't even know what it is. And yet, millions and millions and millions and millions of people in this world every year go to a sacred place and they kiss this stone, and they don't even realize what they're kissing and praying to. I'm not going to say any more than that, but let me tell you, this is one of the most sacred and loved and cherished crystals in the world, and they don't even know. So this is Tektite. Tektite is not a crystal per se, but I like to call it a crystal. It's easier. It is a meteorite that came down to our beautiful, beautiful world to help heal this planet. Tektite is amazing for healers and anybody who wants to heal themselves from negative energy. Okay. That's number 2. Number 3 is this beauty. Say hello to a flower. It's named flower, but many people call it different things. It is an amethyst, and it's a slice. Amethyst is one of the most beautiful crystals in the world as a high vibration crystal. If you want to attune to a higher frequency in the sense of the spirit world, this was the crystal I used to use. There are many different types of amethyst out there, and for me, when I work with amethyst, it means that I'm ready to work on a level of inner peace, balance, no judgment, no trying to do anything, just flowing. That's how I feel. I just want to flow. So I want to meditate. I want to do some psychic work. I want to heal people. I want to do something that lifts my vibration, and I'd like to be able to attune to the other world, the spirit world. Amethyst has that energy to raise your vibration to the energy of the spirit world. That's my truth, my belief. Just let me shut this window. Amethyst, depending on what kind of amethyst, where you get it from, there's tons of different amethysts. Vera Cruz, this beautiful one, amethyst from different parts of the world. All amethyst has a high vibration, so wherever you get it from, if you simply hold it and meditate with it or do healing work with it, you'll find that your vibration rises. So amethyst is one of the most beautiful crystals that I work with for many years, and it always is a beautiful crystal to accompany other crystals. It works beautiful alongside many different types of crystals. For me, I used to work with amethyst, moonstone, tektite and moldavite. All those together as a healer is a brilliant combination because it keeps your vibration high. A lot of people don't realize, but amethyst grounds you at the same time as allows you to fly, so it keeps you in balance. And that's what it did for me many years. When I worked with clients with amethyst, the things that happened were seeing colors, different symbolisms, things that they've never even saw before, amazing shapes, faces. And this is how we connect to the spirit world. Lots of different images come through, and colors and feelings and messages. So it's a great connector to the spirit world and to help you attune to your family and spirit, and just to hear the little whispers and voices. It's beautiful. It is a beautiful crystal. So there you go. That's this beauty. Isn't it gorgeous? Okay. The next crystal we're going to talk about is this one. If you go to my website, markbajerski.com, and scroll down, you'll see Mark Bajerski's new book, and it's called Seeing the Invisible. Click on the audiobook version and it will take you to a chapter on this crystal called Sleeping Beauty. I want you to do that afterwards and listen to the chapter, and that will give you an idea of how this crystal works. It's one of my favorite crystals for anyone who is suffering or may begin to suffer with physical issues. It is an amazing crystal for one of the most heartbreaking illnesses in this world that 1 out of every 2 people will probably get in this lifetime. This crystal is amazing for that particular illness. Listen to the beautiful chapter on Sleeping Beauty. I'm not going to say any more. That's for you to do your homework and listen to it. Sleeping Beauty is, if I can ever get this, I'm always hunting for it for my website. I can never get enough. And whenever I get Genuine, because I'm just going to show you something now. This was a piece of Sleeping Beauty that I bought from a show. I knew it wasn't a piece of Sleeping Beauty because it was €50. This, if it was genuine, would be at least 1,000. At least. This is a piece of Sleeping Beauty. You can see it's slightly darker as well. So I'll leave that at that. Okay, and I'll move on to the next one. Are you enjoying this? Let me have a drink of my coffee. I hope you're having a drink, water and juice or something. Okay, say hello to a divine and exquisite piece of rose quartz. It's of a very, very high quality rose quartz. It's beautiful. It's hard to see it properly, but it's just simply divine. Rose quartz is definitely a crystal of calmness. It's a crystal that makes you feel as if you are... Give me a second. It's one of those days today. Just flow with it. I've had 4 or 5 people knock at my door. It's like, you can't make this up. You really can't. This is my door. This is my house. It is no longer an academy. Please, please, guys, show some respect, okay? Anyway, yeah. So let's get back to this beautiful piece. Filled with love, compassion, stillness, peace, warmth, tranquility. It is one of the most misunderstood crystals in the world, because people think, it's just a piece of rose quartz. But actually, it's one of the most powerful crystals in the world. Absolutely powerful in so many ways. The feeling of protection, I believe, is offered because of the connection of you vibrating at a level of the crystal, which means that the crystal rose quartz vibrates your energy in tune with the connection of the spiritual protection. So whether you believe that there is a family member watching you, whether you believe it's your guides, whether you believe it's your angels, it doesn't really matter. But what I do notice is many people have told me after I've gifted them a piece of rose quartz that they felt somebody was there. They felt protected. They felt like they couldn't do anything wrong and there would be no mistakes, and they hold it and everything will be fine. And you know, children used to say to me that they used to come for a healing session after maybe an abusive uncle or something really heavy. If they had a piece of rose quartz, you could see them feeling more at ease, more comfortable, not frightened, not feeling alone, not feeling scared. So it is a real beautiful vibration that not only strengthens you, but makes you feel as if you have a bodyguard. I know it sounds bizarre, but it really does make you feel good and powerful and strong. It makes you feel comfortable. You sleep better on a night with rose quartz. You work really well as a healer, a psychic. You work really well as an empath. You work well if you're a medium, if you're clairvoyant, clairaudient. This crystal is beautiful to wear because it vibrates you into a great energy. And it is a healing crystal, so you do heal through the day with it. So if you've suffered trauma, it heals you through the day. It strengthens you. If you've suffered from fear of a certain circumstance that didn't happen because something was going to happen but it didn't, it heals you from that. You feel better from it. If you go for, say, an exam, if you're a school kid and you're frightened of an exam or something like that, wear a piece of rose quartz. You'd be so surprised how easy that day will be and how the worry and fear didn't seem to take over your life. So it definitely dispels a lot of negative energy. And I really do understand why people say it brings you close to your angels and guides, because you vibrate at that energy. So once again, I introduce you to rose quartz at the highest quality. I love buying these and they sell so well on my website all the time. People comment all the time. Bruceite is a crystal which is really beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a very unusual crystal and it does two things. This crystal absorbs negative energy, but not in the sense of the energy within you, but more so grief. So if you're feeling bad, if you feel down, you feel lost, all of that negative energy of maybe somebody's hurt you, somebody's moved into the spirit world, this crystal is amazing because it absorbs, but at the same time it lifts. So it's a dual energy of clearing and strengthening, and this crystal certainly works in that way. When you wear a piece of bruceite, what I suggest is you let it just do its work. Don't try and connect to it, just let it work itself, because you have to go through a process. And I think a lot of people get too excited with this crystal and get let down very quickly, just like Moldavite. Just leave it on your neck and let it do its course. With crystals, what a lot of people don't understand is with a crystal, it goes to the most potent and negative energy to clear or strengthen. Once it's cleared that aspect, it then moves to another energy or another place. So it's almost like if I had an accident in a car and I broke my leg, my arm, my back, my eye, it would go directly to the most severe part of my physical body and start to heal it. This is just a this isn't what this crystal does. I'm just trying to make you understand how it works. This is on a physical level. I'm talking about an emotional level, okay? So if say my leg is really, really bad, it'll start on my leg. Once the leg starts to get better, and then all of a sudden this is hurting more than the leg, it then goes to there. So it goes to the point where energy is most vulnerable or most powerful or most dark. So if you are, say, you're going through a traumatic time in your life, you're holding on to lots of different memories, you also have certain things that are coming up in your life, and all of these things, it will work on a certain level. So it'll clear the fear, it will heal you from many aspects of the emotional, and then it starts to work on places that need more energy. So if your mind is it needs more strength and power and more energy, it'll work on the mind or your heart or your stomach or your eyes, and it'll put that strength back into you, so you start to feel better. It is a beautiful crystal, and whenever I come across them, I like to buy them because I know they work really, really well. They are a crystal that eventually uplifts you and makes you strong like a lion. So Bruceite, great crystal. This crystal, dendrite. Dendrite is a beautiful crystal, a very healing crystal. There are many things that dendrite does, and one of them is clears toxins from the body. Also helps you from feeling depressed, negative, bad, sad, depressed, all of those low energy feelings. This crystal works amazing on cleansing the body. If you've ever suffered with an addiction of, I don't know, maybe eating too much sugar, addiction of alcohol, addiction of drugs, anything like that, wearing this, you'll start to feel the energy cleansing and clearing away the addiction. So not only the toxins, but something spiritually within you, and strengthens a certain part of the body that stops you from wanting something. So the addictive energy, the addictive feeling changes and eases. So it's great for that. I used to use this on many clients who were addicted to many different things. One of the biggest addictions is legal pharmaceutical drugs, and they really, really struggled. And I always used to grab this crystal and say, put it on your neck and just leave it there. And I got some great responses. I got some great feedback. So from then on, I realized this is a great crystal. It brings back strength. It starts to make you understand. So it's a really good crystal for awakening your, not just psychic, but your intuition to what is right and wrong. So you see more, you feel better, you strengthen, and yeah, you heal really well. I like this crystal a lot. Again, I'm always looking for this. It's becoming rarer by the day, so it's harder to find all the time. Yeah, I love the crystal. It really is beautiful. For people who suffer with anything to do with Alzheimer's or really, really bad memory, this is a great crystal for that. Okay. Brilliant. We're doing great. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're doing really, really good. The next crystal is probably something that you've never seen before, because it's my design. The design, which I believe is the most perfect design for a crystal in the world, is this one. The reason why is because I've been a healer for 16 years and I know what crystals work with what. And if you are a healer, if you are a psychic, if you are somebody who works with general public, if you are somebody who people come to you all the time for advice and for help, this crystal is absolutely the perfect crystal trio in the world. So what you've got here is Tektite, as we talked about. So I don't need to tell you about that. You know it absorbs negative energy. So anybody who comes around you and needs your help, this is absorbing that energy that you take from them, because you are a natural healer, and it absorbs, which makes sense. This beautiful crystal here is Moldavite. Again, it's another meteorite, but it is something that if I had a month to talk about every day, I could still talk over the month. Moldavite is one of the most amazing crystals in the world, and we are going to come to it again, so I'm not going to say too much, but let me just say this. The Moldavite works in a way that heightens your intuition to a degree that cannot really be explained. This crystal on top, I realized that when I was working with this crystal on top, which looks like a piece of clear quartz, which it isn't, it's actually Herkimer diamond from New York. When you get genuine Herkimer diamond, it is a crystal that will amplify any crystal it's around. When I realized that wearing this beautiful Herkimer diamond, I used to have big pieces, with Moldavite, it was doing things that kind of blew me away. And I thought, wow, I've had a good day as a healer, or I've had a good day as a psychic reader. And then I realized that them good days seemed to be even more powerful when I wore these two crystals. When I was doing my healing work all over the world, traveling, I then started to realize that by natural instinct, I was always grabbing these three crystals when I was traveling the world, when I was doing workshops, when I was teaching pure energy healing, when I was doing retreats. I would always go for these three crystals many years ago. One day I said, why can't I put these three together and create a pendant for people? Well, a couple of years ago I did that, and from that moment on, these three have been the #1 seller on my website, and most of the time I just can't get enough. I can't work with enough because I have to work with them all separately, and then I have to get them mounted and then sent back, and it's a massive process. But when they go onto the website, like this week, we've basically nearly sold all of them, and today we're uploading a few more. So this crystal is amazing. This trio is amazing. Okay. Amazing. So we were talking about Moldavite, and here we are. Here's a beautiful, a genuine piece of Moldavite from Maliclum. Okay. When you look at it from my side, looking towards the light, it is the most beautiful green. You can see the cloud formations inside them. You can see all of the unusual shapes that the water created the millions of years it was under the ground and created this amazing crystal. Moldavite is a crystal that, let's just say, I have been writing a book for over 10 years now, and the book is called The Power of Moldavite, and it will be coming out next year for sure. The problem with the Power of Moldavite book is that the change of energy each month seems to change the energy of Moldavite. So Moldavite seems to change its energy to suit the I keep saying energy, but the alignment of the stars, what's going on around us, the way we behave, everything. It is the most unusual crystal that I have ever worked with in my life. There is no other crystal that can touch this crystal. Nothing can touch Moldavite. I'm holding Moldavite now and my cheeks are like tingling like crazy. There's always a powerful impact of what's happening on the my head is literally banging like crazy now. Okay, banging. It started when I touched the three, but now it's really racing. It's because I've got this in my fingers. So the Moldavite Flush is what's happening now. This is called the Moldavite Flush. I'm feeling hot. I'm starting to sweat here. I'm feeling sweaty all over. I'm starting to get very hot. That's called the Moldavite Flush. Moldavite releases toxins at the same time as raise your vibration. Your vibration raises to a degree that so many things happen. One of the things that happen when you're actually holding a genuine piece of Moldavite, because most Moldavite now is fake, when you're holding a genuine piece of Moldavite, you will feel the energy around and within start to create this really unusual feeling. Many people feel the Moldavite flush, but like me, I have this feeling of my chest banging, so almost like I can't breathe. So what's happening is your body is adjusting, it's healing, it's cleansing, it's clearing, right? That's what it does. Once that happens and the headache goes and the feeling of all of these feelings, once that cleansing, that detoxification disappears, you will enter into a realm of deep healing connection to what we call the other dimensions. I know it sounds a cheap shot saying it, but you do connect to very unusual thoughts, feelings. You see things that you've never seen before. You understand more, you feel more, your psychic senses raise. The extraterrestrial energy starts to befall you if you believe that. And many miracles happen. Many miracles that I can only call them miracles because of all the years of working with Moldavite, nothing has blown me away as much as this crystal, and crystals blow me away every day. But Moldavite seems to have that extra something that no words can be written. And even though I've written a big book, it still blows me away. And Moldavite is something that I would say, and I've said it before, it was a statement I made and I still quote this: if every single human being had a piece of Moldavite around their neck, this world would change for the better. So that's Moldavite. Fluoride is a really interesting crystal. I love fluoride. This is one of my personal fluorides from Bajerski.com. See how it's mounted so that this touches your skin nicely. So it sits beautiful. Fluoride for me is that crystal that has a lot of different energies, and depending on what state you are as and like for me, if I give somebody a piece of fluoride to wear, I find that if there's somebody who have no understanding of the spiritual realms, they have no understanding of the psychic, of any of that, they really love this crystal. It makes them feel great. It makes them feel at peace, totally. And when I see them, they glow more. And it's funny because clients who used to come to me, who were persuaded to come to me, would sit there and have a healing session or a reading and a healing session, and I'd give them a piece as a gift. I always found that when I saw them again, they were different. They changed. Something changed. So I would suggest that if you're buying fluoride, buy it for somebody who really isn't bothered about the spiritual realms, who isn't bothered about just to wear, and let them have a piece and see what happens. It's surprising how the change of that person starts to happen when you wear fluoride. Now, fluoride can be a very, very powerful crystal for anybody who struggles with life in general. It is a great crystal to bring balance, peace and harmony. It's a great crystal for anxiety. Anxiety of one where I think not like short term. Okay, now I'm starting to get upset because of this little thing. I'm talking about long-term anxiety that they've had from a child and grown up with. I noticed that this crystal brought a lot of peace into their life and brought a new balance. So it's great for anybody who suffers with long-term illnesses, both mentally and physically as well. So it's great. It's a detoxification crystal without a doubt, and it really does help balance. And the word I like to use is harmonize. Harmonize the body So if you're somebody who works with singing bowls, if you like music, if you're a singer, this crystal is great for that as well. So it's great for healing, strengthening, and bringing great power into you. It vibrates to the voice, it vibrates to singing bowls. It's an awesome crystal. I really love this one. I don't have many left on the website, but they are beautiful. And finally, the most precious crystal in the world in my book, and that is, you are now looking at the most beautiful, which looks like an absolutely gorgeous butterfly. When I saw this, it was like, I'm having that no matter what it costs. This, my dear friends, is like gold dust. This is a rare specimen. It should be in a museum. This piece is perfectly perfect in all shape and form. There is no chip anywhere. This is exactly how it was formed. And this, my dear friends, what you're looking at is a genuine, hand-picked, that I went to the Czech Republic, Moldavite Bajerski hedgehog. It is absolutely divine. The hedgehog, there's not really much I can say other than it's something that anybody who loves Moldavite would die for this piece. It is a very rare piece. When digging for something like this can take literally years to find something like this. This piece vibrates at an energy that I can't really explain unless you hold it yourself. It comes from Bajerski, Czech Republic, and there are only a few places where this comes from, few fields. Digging is no longer anymore. You can't do it, it's illegal. So again, a very rare piece. I'm going to put it away. So I hope you've enjoyed this beautiful little workshop we've done on crystals. And now comes the exciting part, if you don't already know. A few days ago, I mentioned these crystals on a video on Mark Bajerski YouTube. And the reason why is because every one of those crystals I've just shared with you is going to be put into a draw. And all you need to do to enter this draw to win one of those beautiful crystals is to go to a company called lemonhouse.com. I'll leave the link below. Any purchase you make, if it's €10, then that €10 will be turned into a little ticket with your name on. So if you buy something on the website for €20 or €50 or €100, we'll work out each ticket. So if you buy a crystal on there for €100, you get 10 tickets. Those tickets are going to be put into a bowl over here. And then in a few days' time, I'm going to announce the winners separately. So there's going to be 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 winners. Okay, starting with the Moldavite, definitely with a Moldavite hedgehog, and then another 10 other winners. And that's it. The reason why I'm doing this is because lemonhouse.com are a company that are one of the few companies I've ever felt I can trust, and that hold integrity, and that I was willing to work on a select collection of crystals for their website. I helped them understand all about oils and incense, and they've created their own, which are beautiful, extremely beautiful. And they also launched my book, which I was really happy about. which is seeing the invisible. So if you decide to buy anything from that website, if it hits €10, it will convert into a ticket, and that ticket will be put into a jar, and in a few days I'll announce the winners of all of these crystals. So I hope you've enjoyed this crystal workshop. Whether you go and buy one or not doesn't matter. I hope you've enjoyed it, because there's also something that I always like to say at the end of every video. It's very good to, I think, look after, take care of our local crystal stores. Buying online now, there's so much fakery. There's so much fake crystals from China and now from India. And I just say, guys, you do two things in this world. You go to your local crystal store and you look after them, and they'll look after you. And that's it, because at least then you know you're buying genuine. A crystal store will always work on buying from credit, I can't even say the word. Dealers who have honesty, integrity, and no crystal shop wants to sell a fake crystal. I mean, if they ever sell something fake, then their business is finished, their reputation is finished. You buy off eBay, the company who's selling a fake crystal will just open another company up online in 10 minutes. So support your local crystal store. Thank you for always going to markbajerski.com and buying your authentic crystals from me. That's great. But today, I think it'd be a good idea to buy, again, Mark Bajerski's crystals on Lemon House, or oils on there, or incense, or ebooks, whatever. And that'll give you a chance, possibly, to win one of those amazing crystals. This is probably the best draw I've ever done with the most beautiful crystals in the world. And I hope you are lucky enough to get one of those amazing crystals. Or if you buy enough, you might get two. Last week I did a raffle and somebody won two, one after the other. It was incredible. Okay, that's it. Have a lovely day. It's nearly 47 minutes. Not a bad workshop at all. Have a great day. Thank you for still being here and enjoying this moment with me. And have a great day. Have a beautiful day. I really mean that. Love you all. Take care and enjoy your crystals. Bye.